On class 7. Today is our lecture of chapter number 3, lecture number 8. Where we are going to discuss inshallah remaining 3.1 and then we will going to discuss the exercise 3.2. First of all, we have to recall that what we have learned in the previous lecture. If you remember, we have just learned about how to convert the decimal into decimal number. First of all, we have read about there are 3 rules. First of all, we have to put one below the decimal point, then put the some zeros according to digits after the decimal point. Now we are going to discuss about the question number part number 7, 8.1.25. Here, first of all, we have to change a decimal into decimal numbers by placing 1 below the decimal point, and then we have to put 3 zeros because there are 3 digits after the decimal point. So our equation will be 8.125 is equal to 8125 over 1000. Now, according to step number 3, we have to simplify the equation, reduce the equation. So we are going to divide 1825 with 125. Now, when we divide 8125 with 125, then we will get 65. Same as then we divide 1000 with 125, then we will get 8. Now, after reducing the equation, we get 65 by 8. So that is our answer. That's 8.125 is equal to 65 by 8. I repeat, first of all, we have to put 1 below the decimal point. Then we have to put zeros as many digits we have after the decimal point. Then at the end we have to reduce the equation to simplify it. Okay. Now come to the part number 8. Here minus 0.00625. I repeat, minus 0.00625. So first of all, we have to convert it into the rational numbers. When we remove the decimal point, we know that we have to put 1 below, just below the decimal point. Then we have to put zeros as we which are equal to digits after the decimal point. So here we have to put 5 zeros because we have 5 digits after the decimal point. After converting the decimal into rational number, we will get minus 00. Here I just put 00 because to show you that there is 00 after the decimal point. Otherwise, we will not use the 00 in the answer because they have no importance if they are left side of the digits. Okay. So minus 625 over 1 lakh. Now we have to divide 25 with 625 and 1 lakh. When we divide it, we get minus 25 over 4,000. Now again we are going to divide it. When we again divide minus 25 with 25 and 4,000 with 25, then we get minus 1 over 160. Now 0.000625 is equal to minus 1 by 160. So that is the last part of the exercise 3.1. Now we are going to discuss some rules which we have first terminating and non-terminating decimals. Decimal can be classified into two classes. Number one, terminating decimals, and number two, non-terminating decimals. Repeat, decimal can be classified into two classes. Number one, terminating decimals, and number two, non-terminating decimals. First of all, we have to discuss about the terminating decimals. A decimal in which the number of digits after the decimal point is finite is called a terminating decimal. A decimal in which the number of digits after the decimal point is finite is called a terminating decimal. Or you may can say that decimal in which we divide the whole equations completely. Okay. Now, for example, we have a part 2 by 5. We have to divide 2 with 5. And we know that we cannot divide simply 2 with 5. So we have to put, we have to place a 0 to make the 2 into 20. Then we have to multiply 5 with 4 to get 20. So we have the answer is 20 divided by 20, which is equal to 20 minus 20, which is equal to 0. Okay. So this is the example of terminating decimals. So I repeat, a decimal in which the number of digits after a decimal point is finite. Okay, which are finite, then the equation is called decimal is called a terminating decimal. Now, the next one is non-terminating decimals. What is non-terminating decimals? A decimal in which the number of digits after a decimal point are infinite. Okay, which are infinite is called a non-terminating decimal. A decimal in which the number of digits after the decimal points infinite is called non-terminating decimal points. For example, 1 by 3. As you can see that we have to divide 1 with 3. Now again we have to, first of all, we have to put 0 with 1. Because 1 is less than 3, so we have to put 0 point. When you put 0, we have to put also 0 point on the now we are going. we have to multiply 3 with 3 to get 9. When you multiply with 3 with 3, we have 9. And the next one is the remaining remainder is 1. Again, we put 0 and we will multiply 3 with 3. Then again there is 9. So you can see that this equation can be completed and we have infinite decimals. That's why this equation is known as non-terminating decimals number, because they have infinite decimals. So the next one is recurring decimal. The non-terminating decimals in which a single digit, a block of digits repeat itself infinite number of times after a decimal point are also called recurring decimals. The previous in this slide you can see that 3 digits are repeating many times. So this is known as recurring decimals. The non-terminating decimals in which a single digit or a block of digits repeats itself infinite number of times. Okay, a single digit or a block of digits repeats itself infinite number of times after a decimal point are called recurring decimals. Here again you can see that 0.333 and up to so on. This equation cannot be completed. Okay, because it is non-terminating decimals and the same digit 3 will repeat many times. So we can say it 0.33 are recurring decimal. Now the rules to find whether a given rational number is terminating or not. Okay? Rule to find whether a given rational number is terminating or not. If the denominator of a rational number in standard form has no prime factor other than 2 or 5 or 2 and 5. Okay? If the denominator of a rational number in standard form has no prime factor other than 2, 5 or 2 and 5, then only the rational number is a terminating decimal. Example 1 by 8. If we reduce the equation in standard form, then we will get 1 by 2. So in the above rule we have studied that if we have 2 or 5 in the denominator, which is a prime number, then the rational number will be terminating decimal. For example, we have 1 by 8, and we convert it into the decimal point, then we get 0.125. Same as 2 by 25. When you divide it, you will get 0.08. So you can see that when we divide the 25, we will divide the 25 or reduce it, then we will get 5, which is a 5 prime number. And we know that if the denominator of a rational number in standard form has no prime factor other than 2 or 5 or 2 and 5, then only the rational number is a terminating decimal number. Now the next one is approximate values. Approximate values. Here we will discuss about the round off. The term round off is used to leave the digits after the decimal points. You know that if you remember that the last part here, you can see this equation will not be completed, or there are a lot of 0.33333, and we don't have much time to write all these. So what we do, we will write only 2 to 3 digits after decimal point and ignore all others. Now, the term round off is used to leave the digits after the decimal points. The following are the steps to round off our decimal. Number one, decide how many digits we need after the decimal points. First of all, we have to decide how many digits we need after the decimal points. Then drop the remaining digits off. Okay. After deciding how many digits we need after the decimal point, we have to drop the remaining digits. So this is the way how we can round off the values. Now come to the exercise 3.2. Express the following decimal number in terminating decimals. Express the following decimal numbers in terminating decimals. Point number 2, 27 by 20. If you remember the rules of terminating, whether an equation will be terminating or not, we have learned that if there is prime factor like 2 or 5, then the equation in the denominator, then the equation will be terminating. Now you can see that if we simplify the equation, we will get 2. Okay. Or in the denominator there is a 2 and 0 also. So we can. So our equation will be terminating decimals. For example, now we are going to convert it into the decimal point. We know that we have to write the denominator inside the bracket and also 20 outside it. So first of all, we will multiply 20 with 1. The answer will be 20. Now, when we subtract 20 from 27, we'll get 7. Now we know that 7 is less than 20, so we will add a point in the remainder and place a 0 with 7, which make it 70. Now we will multiply 3 with 20. The answer will be 60. Again, we will subtract 60 from 70 and the answer will be 10. Now again we will put 0 with 10 to make it 100. Then we will multiply 20 with 5 to get 100. Now we know that 27 by 20, which is equal to 1.35, which is terminating decimals. Now part number 5. 5 by 1000. The solution is, first of all, we have to put 5 inside the square root and the 1000 outside square root. Then we know that 5 is less than 1000. So we have to put first point, then 0. Then we place point, then we can place only 1 0 after the digit, which is 5. And we know that 50 is less than 1000, so we will put 2 more zeros to make it 5000. Then we have to multiply 1000 with 5 to get 5000, which is also an terminating decimal. Now the part number, question number 3. Express the following rational number in non-terminating decimals up to 3 decimal places. Express the following rational number in non-terminating decimals up to 3 decimal places. Part number 3, 5 by 11. We have to convert first of all rational number into decimal, which is non-terminating decimal. And then on the plus 10 plus 15. So it can add 3 numbers. So this is associative law. So here you can see that we have first of all we have to put 5 inside the square root and 11 outside the square root, because we always put numerator inside the bracket and denominator outside the square root. Now we know that 5 is less than 11, so we have to place point, decimal point, which allow us to place a 0 with 5. So now our equation will be 50. We will multiply 11 with 4 to get 44. And the remainder will be 6. Again, we will put 0. Then we multiply 5 with 11, we will get 55. Then again, the remainder will be 4, 5. And we multiply 4 with 11 to get 44. And the equation will so on. As we know that we have to put only 3 decimal places. Now the equation will be 5 over 11, which is approximately equal to 0.4545 and up to so on, which is non-terminating decimal number. Okay. Now, last part of today's topic. Part number 7, which is 7 by 12. The solution is, first of all, we have to put 7 inside the square root and 12 outside the square root. Then we know that 7 is less than 12, so we'll multiply by 7. So we'll place 0. To make 7 into 70. Now we will multiply 12 with 5 to get 60. And when we subtract 60 from 70, we know that the remainder will be 10. Now again we will put 0 with 10 to make it 100. Then we have to multiply 8 with 12 to when we multiply 12 with 8, we will get 96. Again the remainder will be 4. Then we will multiply 12 with 3. First we have to add 0 with 4 to make it 40. Then we again multiply 12 multiply with 3. And we get 36. Again we have remainder 4. And we know that this equation will not be completed because this is non-terminating decimal number. And in concept we only allow that we have to put only 3 decimal number after the decimal point. So we will leave the equation here, and the answer will be 0.583, which is non-terminating decimal point.